I don't see how any of this makes us magical, which is what
It's not magic, John. I'm just gonna say it. I think it's a silly, dismissive comment. It's a throwaway comment. It's magical beings, magical. Uh, if you want to talk about magic, let's talk about magic. But none of this is magical. No Christian. It it's a straw man what you're doing here. So you know that you're doing it, and you shouldn't do it. It's not a very respectful way forward. So uh, I would recommend, John, that you change the language of magic. Yeah, it gets clicks, yeah, it gets views, yeah, it gets you really famous, but it's not true. So
he's arguing. He's like, oh, all of this means that we're more than the material. What's more than the material?
what's hilarious and ironic here, John, is you are also exposing yourself to be a non-materialist. You are now also, based on what you've said, based on what you've said in chat here, you're exposing yourself as somebody who believes in more than material. Now, here's a wide open shot for me to pounce and say, "Oh, John, do you believe in magic?" I won't do that because I won't go there.
That would be the supernatural. By definition, it's more than the material world, which is defined by Christians or by anybody as being.
It's funny, by anybody, by Christians. More than material world, even academic philosophers who are atheists can have this view about there's more than material world. I think that it's not a tenable view to be an atheist and think that there's more than, because here's why. I haven't really explained why. Why I think that it's silly. I think that this is silly, but here's the position I'm saying that it's silly. It's silly to think the following, that God doesn't exist, but all these non-material realities do exist. Like, if I'm thinking about my ontology, my study or my view, the worldview about which what sorts of things exist and what don't. Like, what am I going to include in my ontology, the sorts of things that exist, and what am I going to exclude, the things that just don't exist, right? This position says, I will include some things that are, I'm going to go further than naturalist and materialist. I will include things like non-material things like numbers, let's say. There are even, here's what's bizarre. There are even atheists who believe in ghosts. I don't think it's a tenable view, but there are some. It's a view in the logical space to hold. They don't believe in God, but they believe in ghosts and spirits. Like, what happens to those spirits? Where do they go when they die? Who knows? But this is a view that's been put forward. I don't know if it's a view that many academics put forward, but it's a view that's put forward. I think actually it's a demonstration of something that's logically, well, not logically, but it's a little bit incoherent. But there are some atheists that believe that God doesn't exist, but material, like, but spirits exist, right? Or maybe demons, something like that, right? My question for this sort of person that rejects God, but accepts these non-material realities like qualia, like numbers, maybe ghosts, is, why not accept one more non-material thing? Why exclude God? Because he's big, scary, and mean, and you don't want to have to deal with him. It's not about your feelings. It's about what's true. And it just seems really, it's unmotivated. It's the idea in academic philosophy, what means unmotivated is like there's not a reason for it. It's unmotivated in the sense that there's no particular specific reason why you would exclude one more immaterial being from your ontology. But John has already showed us that he has included certain immaterial realities like emotions, like thoughts, feelings, aspirations, and so on, like free will, even in his ontology. So all those things are permitted to exist within John's ontology, but God is not for some reason. Who knows?
In supernatural or beyond.
And then here's the thing too: is that I think this is it's a deserved criticism here. Is he scoffs at people who are non-materialist when he himself is a non-materialist.
On nature. Saying that means that you're introducing magic into your
Calls him magic. There you are.
hypothesis here, and we just simply don't have any evidence of magic. Saying that people are
John, we don't have any evidence of magic, yet you believe in non-material things like emotions. We do have evidence of non-material things. We have evidence of emotion, we have evidence of free will, and so on and so on. The things that you actually believe in.